Okay, welcome to the Township of Nipissing Recreation Committee meeting on Monday, August 12th, 24. Pardon me. I need a motion to accept the minutes from the July 15th meeting. Julie? And James second. Oh, all in favor? Okay. Discussion items. Bottle Drive update.
So Wolf Lake, we brought in $406.70. And Bear Creek yesterday was $485.90 for a total of $892.60 for July.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
I wanted to thank everybody that came out, and the mayor's grandkids come out too and helped. It was greatly appreciated. And we had some staff as well from Foots that helped out as well. Both loads were massive. So the one thing with the bottle drive, Kim and I worked on a flyer. We unfortunately are getting a lot of garbage the last few months. The
Bear
one
Creek hasn't been that bad.
So the one for Wolf Lake, we had almost 3 bags of garbage. And Bear Creek yesterday, we had about a bag and a half. So we just put a flyer together, and we're gonna start advertising it this week. We greatly appreciate everything and all the, if we can just hopefully ask for a little bit of the garbage to stay out. I know you're always gonna get the odd pop can and stuff like that, which is greatly understandable. But we've been finding some interesting items in the shed, and it's a hard task for volunteers to work with that stuff. So Kim was nice enough and helped me with a post, and I think it's kind of a nice post.
Yeah, we highlighted what the bottle drive money goes towards, so, you know, for some people who didn't maybe know or had forgotten what it goes towards, it's a nice jump, reminder, and to keep doing it, and then hopefully that helps them separate, because it is a lot of work for the community volunteers that do it, and people come out, because it's greatly appreciated.
And even just to mention what we do when we get the cans. I mean, I know there's some people that they bag everything, they put a number on the outside, it's all clean, you know exactly, there's 90 cans in it. But, we take the lids off all the bottles, we separate clears from darks.
Okay, so I
will help a little bit,
Yeah.
if they know
No, it's amazing.
if they think they don't have to put the lid on it, oh, okay.
That's not bad.
Okay, so I can, or maybe we even do it another one, but I can certainly add that line. So maybe afterwards, if you give me some of that, because I don't know all of that,
I have all
right?
that. I never even
Okay.
thought of putting it on.
Yeah, no, that's a great
not bad
idea. Yeah.
So they
very
don't,
time-consuming.
they don't want the lids on them?
No, we take everything
Oh,
off.
okay.
So it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that either. I did not know that.
Okay, no, that's
Yeah.
great idea. Thanks for that, Lisa. Appreciate that. Because anything to do to help,
Oh,
then that
yeah.
makes a difference for sure for you guys.
And we
appreciate
understand,
it.
a lot of it we get because people don't want to deal with that, which is awesome. But any little bit would help the volunteers, and
See, I didn't know that, so that's.
Yeah.
excellent.
Great. Okay, thank you.
All right, movie in the park wrap up.
Unfortunately, we had to make the tough decision to postpone it due to the winds and the possible thunderstorms. We didn't want to take the chance of them getting out here and couldn't set up, and then we'd have to pay the fees. So I did talk to them today, and we had 2 dates. August 31st, Saturday of the long weekend, or September 14th, which is our fall community celebration day.
Oh, that's a long.
So we're kind of torn between both dates.
So there's advantages to both and disadvantages to both. So,
Or we ask maybe for another date, but then we're getting into the cooler weather and.
I'm all for August 31st
Me too.
Yeah.
because
So,
it's usually the last day for shopping for school and stuff. Celebrate the beginning of school with a movie maybe. On the 14th, That's a long day,
A lot of cottagers will be up here still too, so.
could be.
That's a good point.
Some
The
people are
kids are still
gonna,
on
people are gonna go on holidays and we can't help that.
A lot of people come here for holidays.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Capture
a
them.
gamble either way.
Yeah,
if we can put these flyers up at the local camps and that, maybe
Mm-hmm.
be some interest in that. Watch a movie in the park.
I mean, really, we should be more in communication with a lot of these camps, like they could really help us out with some of the rec stuff.
and because they're doing fireworks at the end, it is a good way. to-
Possibly, are
Possibly,
doing fireworks at the end.
okay.
We gotta check with all our staff now to see,
See if they're
because I know
available.
there's quite a few away that weekend, so.
Okay, that's a good point. But if the fireworks happen, then it is a good way to sort of end off the summer
Yeah.
as a celebration.
Yeah, I think it's a good day.
Is there any committee members that are around that day to volunteer to hand out water freezies and the bracelets?
The 31st?
Yeah,
I'm
31st.
available.
You're around, okay,
Yeah, we only need one, maybe two, just,
Yeah.
we'll alternate through the
I'll do
night.
it, For sure.
Awesome. Okay, let's try it.
okay.
Thank you.
Don't be shy, speak up. When I was there,
Yeah, no,
all ideas are good ideas.
okay.
The fall community celebration. Who would like to speak to that?
Amazing, we're off to a great start. So everybody received the flyer that Kim and Jillian done up. So this event is a joint between the rec, museum, and emergency services. We got a few bookings for the yard sale.
Yes, we've had a few people reach out as vendors, and now that the moving the park is done, I'll advertise for the 31st now that we have it, but I'll start also advertising for vendors to come out. And I have some extra posters here if anybody wants to take them to put up. And I know we'll put some up at the local stores and that as well to get them out. But we'll start advertising for the vendors, but we had put it in the spring newsletter, so people had seen that date there and started calling as well. So we've already got a couple people on the list for that.
And we'll speak into it at Heritage Days this weekend, and then we'll really push it after Heritage Days. So it's our next big event. So it's shaping up to be an amazing event.
So we got vendors for the yard sale or they got vendors for the museum?
You would have to, yeah, I think both, but Jillian is in charge of the ones for the museum, the more, to sort of do craft ones and that. But we have some for the yard sale that are indicating their tables and that and how many they need and such.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
the trunk sale or yard sale is
Yes.
just for old used things and
No.
then no?
It's for anything.
They can do
anything.
anything, they can do anything as well, but the one for the
Craft.
museum is just craft stuff.
Just crafts?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll-
and how much are the tables again?
They're free.
Free.
Yeah, we're just
For
taking,
everything?
yeah,
Okay.
So we do have, we have one woodworker interested. I'm not sure if they put their name in. There's usually a birdhouse person that's inquired about it. There's a couple of meeting people that were inquiring about it. A lot of yard sale items inquired. We're not sure who all booked yet, but there was lots of inquiries, so a little bit of a selection of everything.
Good, okay. That's pretty.
It will be a full day.
Yeah.
So do you need us to come out to help, or how are you doing with that?
Yeah, James usually looks after the yard sale portion. We go out the night before, the morning of, and do our 10 by 10 booths, depends on how many participants we get. We'll need some help,
So
setting up some tents and tables,
The
and,
day before then, Will?
the day of,
Okay.
the day of.
Yeah, set up. everything, yeah.
'Cause we have, the face painter coming out, so we'll have to set them up. We have the, reptile camp, which we're thinking, Jillian's got a nice little map of everything going. So kind of in the rink board area
Yeah.
for the reptiles. And that kind of gives them a shelter that they can't escape from. Because we've already had quite a few inquiries of people that don't want to be near them.
yeah.
So we're gonna have some signs up at the rink, at the entrances too, and try to keep them contained.
Okay, good. One question is, where is the septic system?
In behind it won't be affected.
Okay, I just want to make sure that when the emergency service and that, they're all driving through, that we're not.
The emergency services are gonna be between the township office and the public works building.
Okay,
They're on the other side.
and if we get a lot of people, we were always gonna plan to move out into the park, so
Correct.
I wanted to know.
Yeah, which
Where
will be
I
up
can't
against
go.
the trees. So we'll leave the back section open. We'll make sure that we put the blue or the face painting up around the septic tank.
I just don't want people
Yeah.
driving on it.
No,
Because people want
for
to
sure.
bring their stuff in and drive out,
Yeah.
so,
100%.
Is it market?
no,
No, it's just right behind the building.
But
Knock on
yes,
wood,
if-
we've been good.
if people are around to help, because I think there's gonna be like a coffee table and that, and even just to run to help the vendors if they need a bottle of water or what have you, for the different community groups that are there and stuff, so, if you're around to help.
I'll help, yeah.
Okay, yes, because I guess we don't have a meeting, we have a meeting following
Yeah.
this, so, okay, so Julie, you're around.
Yep.
And Mark, you're around,
Yeah, it's
She'll
easy.
fit in.
I should be around.
Kathy, okay,
7:30.
7:30?
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
Down at the park?
I know we discussed not charging for a spot, but
Yep.
we should have left the food donation on there for the food bank.
Didn't know, so we talked about doing the food bank for the movie, I didn't think we
Yeah,
talked
I
about
don't
doing a
remember
food
one
bank
for
for
that.
this.
I think we all, did we have that last year, Kat?
I
$10
didn't,
Yeah,
in
we
food
did.
donation?
Last
Okay.
year.
I can update it, I can look at the flyer from last year, and if we have it, I can add it
If this is
on
going
board.
also,
No, it hasn't gone out to any, places, I think Jillian's given a few out,
Mhm.
but I can always add it on in any new ones, and if, before it goes online, I can add it.
It's just like I don't say food donation.
Food donations accepted for local food banks is usually what the
Something.
word is I put.
Sure.
So,
Sweet.
Mhm. The roast beef dinner. Shelley's not here.
So I do know it's been talked about, they're still figuring out numbers. Kim's done up a template for tickets, which are looking good.
I don't have one for everybody because it's still in the stages, so. But if anybody came to the spaghetti dinner, then you'll recall we had little tickets, for the door prizes. So I think we're talking, pre-buying the ticket, so if you pre-buy your ticket, then you can already fill it out for the door prize ahead of time, so then you can just drop it in the bucket when you come. So,
Tickets are pre-sale sort of thing, right?
yes,
You know how many.
yeah, that's my understanding,
Yeah.
Will may have more information.
Yeah, we're
on
gonna
that.
cap it at 130, I believe is the final number.
Okay,
Is this what we can hold in here, 130 max?
What?
Comfortably.
so they talked about was roast beef, mashed potatoes, carrots, green beans, and dessert. And for adults, it would be $25, and that's 12 and over, and children $15, and it would be eat-in and takeout. We figured, because we did have quite a lot of takeout orders for the spaghetti. Because sometimes, especially in the fall, people are going to hockey or events or what have you, but they still want to support, the community, and it's a great way to do it, so.
And we purchased cutlery too, so we have the knives and forks to go with them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's helpful to do that when you send people out the door. So,
I told Shelley I would help cook if
Okay.
that's.
Oh,
that's-
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have more next meeting. They're just trying to finalize pricing and everything.
Okay. Budget update.
Okay, so I've given you, I think, 3 pieces of paper with some budget information. The first one, that says budget update recreation. This is what's being presented to council tomorrow night, sort of just an overall, budget update information. And the second, piece of information I've given you is our sort of expenses and revenue breakdown to date. And some of that information I've given to you update through the year. I think we did that with our soccer and our Canada Day update and more specifics, like I gave the total breakdown when we did the jerseys and what we had bought for Canada Day and stuff. So revenue to date, that comes from our event programming and the bottle drive combined. So right now, our revenue is just over $9,000, and that source comes from our spaghetti dinner, the youth soccer, the soccer canteen, our teen dance canteen, the Canada Day popcorn fundraiser. So that money was donated back to us from the popcorn that was fundraiser at Canada Day, and our bottle drive money. So the remaining revenue for 2024 that we can take in is through our roast beef dinner, the teen dance canteen, and the remaining bottle drives for the year. So September, October, November, and December bottle drive. So if you go back to the budget update, it was anticipated in budget that we would bring in revenue of around $19,000. So we may or may not get to that as the time comes. Expenses to date, so far we've spent just under $9,500, and that takes into account our spaghetti dinner, our family day event, our family Easter scavenger hunt, the teen dance, chair yoga, youth soccer, movie in the park. And then our remaining expenses for this year that we still have upcoming is the roast beef dinner and our last teen dance, which is October the 25th, which will be the DJ and our canteen items. So we've sort of streamlined our canteen items from our first dance that we had. So as we look towards planning for the upcoming budget for 2025, which is why I've given you the reserves, which is the third page, we want to start forward thinking for ideas and programming and capital projects for council's consideration in the upcoming budget. So you can see the total in reserves by the end of December 2024 for Heritage Park, our fitness center. The only one that we won't have a total of is our bottle drive, because those monies are still coming in our event programming as we finish paying out our expenses, and what the committee might want to look towards as we go forward. So this is just an initial sort of update and discussion, because we're just over halfway through the year, and what they would like to put forward and start planning towards for the park, you know, anything like that, and what programs and that.
So we are just starting to build these reserves, so we may have to just keep some of them too. So the reserves for the park is gonna be the maintenance of the playground, upgrading the playground. So as every year we go on, we'll just keep adding to the revenue, or to the reserves.
Yeah.
Same with the fitness center, like, we just had our annual inspection. There's some defects that we have to fix or replace. So some of that may have to come out of the reserves for the fitness center. So we're just starting to build the reserve for the park. The park's been in this the second year, I believe, for the park. So we just started the reserve for the park. But there'll probably be more grant opportunities in 2025 as well. So we'll start pre-planning for that.
But as we look for the programming, you know, with the chair yoga or doing other things like that, we have to look at where to get the money, because the bottle drive money that we raised this year goes into the reserve for next year. So if you're looking to pull from it, we have to make a recommendation to council how much to ask for to go towards our programming for 2025.
So what we ask is how much we would like from taxation and how much we would like to take from the bottle drive. So say we're gonna do 5,000 from bottle drive and 5,000 from taxation.
So Mark, that's where your community survey comes in, is to look at what's from there so that we can look at programming. And some of that will come from, you know, residents paying a portion of, you know, if we offer a program in that as well. Yeah. Yes, James.
Okay, on the actual budget here, it says drink materials, we spent $400. We have budgeted 10,000. Does that, from the previous years, we put in the same amount of money?
So there's not a rink reserve. So as far as I know, that's not what's on here. I don't, unless I didn't cut and paste a line. So that's what we've spent on different things. There could be other things that are allocated towards that 10,000 for other equipment.
We still have to replace some boards and
Well, that's what I'm
there's still
trying
some, yeah,
Like, is
we
this,
haven't even looked at that yet.
yeah, because if they've been doing this for the last 5 years, there should be more than
Are they hiring a rink attendant again?
No, this is like this is our maintenance costs.
Yeah.
This isn't
Yeah.
reserve.
No, that's what I'm saying. If we didn't spend all the money last year that we put, it goes into reserve. So maybe that figure should, or maybe in counting that plus reserves, the figure could be higher. Right? Or wrong?
We could ask for more. But we'd have to ask council for more for reserve.
Yeah, because we didn't spend it the year before,
We spend it all in the rink.
because the rink
Like
is.
might be a few hundred or left over. Like we might be over on something else.
Yeah, I just look at the rink the way it is now, and we haven't really spent that much money lately.
We're maintaining right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be for the next meeting.
that's, will be part of the strategic plan of what the whole scope of that area is to look at. And we started that last year. So we're gonna take that and this committee to add on and that gives the opportunity to help with grants and stuff too. So as the office is going through the grant applications, they can say, hey, this one matches this, and we're ready to go.
So I can confirm, James, if the 13,058 for the Heritage Park includes the park, the rink and the park
Yeah.
area.
It's,
I'm just
Okay.
curious if.
Think
we
it does.
spent-
yeah,
we spent
it's the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately with the rink, the boards and everything, it doesn't take much to chew up 10,000. And the pump, maintenance of the pump and hoses and I think we have to replace a step and
Do you foresee the possibility of a grant coming up for that?
they come out with grants all the time.
Yeah, I'm
Kim
always
watches
looking at
like a
them.
hawk.
Yeah.
Um,
And sometimes they're quick, like they'll only open them for 2 weeks and you have, like, they don't give you a lot of time. And some of them are open long, like I just had one come through and I looked at it, but it wasn't applicable. So I don't apply.
and we did one a few months ago for a walkway up to the park.
Mhm.
And we had 6-day turnaround or something.
Yeah.
Like, we had to do it really, really quick.
Yeah,
So, and these quick grants are gonna come out a little more because their year end is March 31st. So the next few months, we might start popping up and seeing this grant where you got 5 days to get it in or 10 days or. Those. But the strategic plan will be on the next couple meetings as well, and we'll just have it all ready to go and a plan for the area.
Right. Command a community update.
I just got, she's just updating, what's coming up. It is their 90th anniversary this year, so they are doing an anniversary brunch on Sunday, September 8th, from 10 till 2. And then on the 21st of September, they're doing a fall dance, and the theme is 1934. So the band that they have coming is the Jesse Thomas Band.
I'm sorry, what date is that, Lisa?
That one is Saturday, September 21st,
September 21st.
and the brunch is Sunday, September 8th.
Perfect,
Yeah, and
10 to
that's,
2, right?
that's eggs, bacon, sausage, ham, brisket, mac and cheese, baked beans, desserts.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
Looks like their car show went well. Seen some
Oh,
posts on video on Facebook. Looked
I
pretty
know
well
they were watching
attended.
the sky at one point with the rain.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
thought, oh, shoot, that's-
Well, thank you.
All right,
So, yeah,
okay. Motion to adjourn at 7:02. Sorry. Julie? Yep. Second, Lisa? All in favor? One. Next meeting will be held September 16th, 2024, same place.